Happy Wednesday. It is a Wednesday at 7 o'clock. I am Joni Bates. I am the founder and CEO of JB & Co., a concierge real estate company, and Reimagined, a staging and design company that we just launched last year, and it is awesome. It is awesome. Thank you for being here. Hi. Every Wednesday at 7 o'clock for 3.5 years, I have been jumping on live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. I think there's some other platforms there. And we talk about real estate, we talk about life, and we drink whiskey. That's what we do. I did take about 18 months as a break to take care of mom and dad. And I had some agents say to me, Joni, can you please bring back Whiskey Wednesday? We had so much value from it. And I was like, who am I to say no to my fellow agents? So welcome everyone. Here's just some basics. You can comment, and then I can see your comments come on here. I use a system called StreamYard. It has gotten fancier since I've been away for the past 1.5 years. And so I really am enjoying this platform. It gives me great capability to share information with you so that you can use it in your daily life in regards to buying, selling, and investing in real estate. Today is a hot topic. I have had a lot of questions from my clients in regards to the county that we live in, which is Cobb County in Georgia. And we had our Cobb County tax assessor's bill come out. But before we get to that, let's get to the good. Today's choice is Woodford Reserve. This one is not like the other past couple of weeks. The past couple of weeks, we've had more of the old smoky, and we had salty watermelon, we had root beer, and we had cookie dough, and those are all delicious. But this one is a whiskey bourbon, straight Kentucky whiskey bourbon. And how do we drink it? From a teacup. I drink whiskey from a teacup for a very special reason. And some of you DM'd me throughout the week asking me if they were right when they were guessing about why do I drink whiskey from a teacup. Well, I am going to share a little bit about that. But we have a very, very important podcast today because it has to do with your money in your pocket. So I'm drinking from an antique teacup from Russia, and I love antiquing. I just love it. And that lends to my collection. So this beauty, I don't know how old it is, but it is from Russia, made in Russia. And I love the color. I love the blue, and I love the gold, and I love whiskey. Is it an acquired taste? Sure. But I got to tell you, it's smooth and it's delicious, and you don't know what you're missing. So today's choice, Woodford Reserve. Let's talk about the tax assessment. Okay, in June is when you all got this fun little paper in the mail. And some of you who are first-time home buyers were like, what is it? What are they telling me? It looks official. I'm scared. It's not a bill, okay? This isn't a bill. This is more of a statement, if you will. It's maybe what you would consider an educated guess. And that's why this podcast is so incredibly important, because we've got some deadlines. If you got this paper and you went, I don't know what it is. I don't care. It's gone. I would encourage you to go online or reach out to me. My phone number's here, and I can get it for you. We're going to go to school on this one. You can appeal this. Basically, this piece of paper is a guess. It's not a bill, okay? It's saying we think your home is worth X based on our huge amounts of data. And in October, you owe us money. Okay. Now, if you disagree with this piece of paper, it's giving you your property address, your lot number, and your value. If you disagree with it, you can say, I don't think so. This doesn't look right. And come August, when I do get the real bill, because you will, based on this assessment, you will get a real bill that says it's due by October. And you have 5 days from today, 5 from today to lock in an appeal. That's a big deal. All right. You have 5 days from today left to fight your tax value. And it's not a fight. I mean, please, it's not a fight. It's actually extremely easy to do this. Folks just don't even know about it. They don't even have an idea. They get the 2026 notice of assessment. This is the date. This is what's going on. And they're like, oh, all right. I mean, I guess they know what they're doing. Our county is so incredibly unique. We have, and I love it. I love in my profession, it's so unique because you can have a cute little 1950s 3-bedroom, 2-bath brick rambler, and then right next door, a mini mansion. Are those two the same? Absolutely not. Does the county know that? No, ma'am. The county doesn't know that. So if you're not looking at this, your assessment, and I've been talking to a lot of folks, your assessment could be higher based on what's happening in your neighborhood. And that's not fair. That's just not fair. So that's what we're doing. We're bringing light to the darkness to save you some money. Okay? All right. So here's the best thing. You appeal this and you freeze your tax assessment for 3 years. 3 years. I'm going to be real honest. Everybody should be looking at this document, calling their trusted realtor and saying, hey, Joni, can you run the comps? Can you make sure my tax assessment is correct? And if I do that and I'm like, hey, yeah, let me check that out. Do it super fast. Shoot you over a report. And then I will either say, yes, it's okay, or we need to do something. That we need to do something is super easy. All you have to do is fill out a form online. You mean you're allowed to say, I do not agree with this. I don't agree with it at all. And again, if you tossed it, this is where you look it up. You're going to go into the cobbassessor.org, put in your address, and you will be able to look up your home and just print this out and see what they're saying. Again, all you have to do is say, I disagree, and then the process starts. This is what happens. When you decide that you disagree with what's happening, the number's too high, you don't agree with it, all you have is an appeal. And that appeal looks like an actual physical person coming out to your house and sitting down and saying, what are you thinking? What's actually happening? And a lot of times that's it. You're done. You're done. You don't have to worry about it anymore. They most of the time will agree that, yeah, I get it. Next door is $1 million house. You're a 3-2. You have a 1987 kitchen. You have a crack in your driveway. You're missing shingles on your roof. You've got some problems. This assessment is not correct. We agree with you, and you're done. Now, if they don't, your next step is to go to the Board of Equalization. Oh, I know that sounds a little scary, doesn't it? The Board of Equalization. What is that? What's the Board of Equalization? That sounds terrifying. It's your neighbors. Honestly, the Board of Equalization is just a group of people, regular folks sitting at a table. Most of the time they're volunteers, and they look at comps. They look at what the county's saying. They look at what you're saying. and they say, you're right, this doesn't look right, let's make an adjustment, or hold, we completely think that the county is correct and we're not going to make any changes. Now, the different kind of things that matter when you are going to the board to discuss, if you actually are going through the process of having a hearing. Sales drive 80% of the value. And they don't look at the past week, the past 2 weeks, the past 6 months. They're going to look at the entirety of 2025. Okay. So certain neighborhoods have had a lot going on. There could be some really significant comps in regards to a home in your neighborhood that might have been tripped out and it sold for well above everyone else's market value. So if you're getting ready to sell your house, you're like, I got a comp. I am going to list my home. I've got a comp here. I have justification for that higher price. That's a good thing. But if you don't plan on moving and you're like, what? This piece of paper says what? That doesn't make any sense to me. That's not true. You might have to go back the next year because you still have that comp from that 2025 that's pushing your tax assessment value up. So what I'm saying is don't give up. If you really feel like your assessed value that came out in June is too high, then click the button. Say, I don't agree. A person's going to come out to your house and look. If they say we're still holding, go to the hearing. Now, I will warn you, people suck. People just do nefarious things. A lot of times at these hearings, there's a whole bunch of folks that are like predatory. Because a lot of times people are coming in there in a desperate situation. They're there because they're going to lose their home based on some assessed values. They can't afford the tax. That is happening all over the nation, but it's really happening in Cobb County. Our tax assessment has gone up so significantly, particularly for vulnerable communities like the elderly who have fixed income. They can't afford the tax. And so they're asking for the assessor to reevaluate. The assessor says no. And guess what? Slimy person comes up and says, hey, I'll buy your house. What? I'll buy it right now. Sign here. So please, please, please protect your loved ones, protect your elderly neighbors. And if they are going through this process, don't fall into the quagmire. Don't fall into the ickiness that's out there. Because there are people, there are agents who will just hang out at these hearings to be predatory. I don't like that. And it's literally my job and my service to be able to let you guys know that. Let's look. Okay, 2025 are all the comps that they're going to be pulling. And why not? If you're unsure, just click the button. Click the button on the Cobb assessor page. Say that you'd like to appeal. Someone's going to come out and check. Chances are you're done there. You're done. If it goes further and you need to go to a hearing, then go to the hearing. Meet a friend. Maybe protect someone who looks like they might be in a vulnerable situation, right? So let's review to make sure that everyone understands what we got going on here. You have 5 days left to fight your assessed value that has come out from Cobb County in June, okay? If you win, you get to freeze that assessed value for 3 years. That assessment is not a bill. Don't freak out. It's not a bad thing. It is one of those moments that no one wants your money yet, but they're going to. They are absolutely going to want your money. It's a guess. It's a guess about tax bills, okay? And you're allowed to say you disagree. You are absolutely allowed to say you disagree. If you threw it away, you're fine. Just go look it up or give me a call and I can find it for you. All right. You can go to the cobbassessors.org and you can just let them know that their guess was way too high, because it is. It's just a guess. Just a guess. DM me if you have any questions. Seriously, send me a note and I can absolutely look it up for you and tell you if you are on or off or just okay. Again, don't overpay. Why would you overpay? But just take the effort, a little bit of time, okay? They were mailed in June. They're not tax bills. They're the assessment. Your bill is going to come August 15th and it will be due October 15th. If you have multiple investment properties, make sure that it came to your house and it didn't go to your tenant's house. You're responsible, even if the address is wrong and it got sent to the wrong place, okay? Cobb County in 2026 Tax Digest closed up slightly more than 5% versus last year, which is higher than the normal 4%. So that tells you we're already, let's just say there's already mistakes. This tells you that we already have mistakes out there. Okay, Georgia assesses property at 40% of the fair market value, and the appeal is free to file through the Board of Equalization. And we've already talked about that. This is important. If I lost you, come back, come back, come back, come back. There is a new law. Homeowners are no longer eligible for a homestead exemption, must report it before the deadline, or you will owe back taxes plus a 50% penalty. That means if for whatever reason you no longer have a homestead exemption and it carries over accidentally, they're coming for you. They're going to come for you. You're going to owe the back taxes on that plus a 50% penalty. This is called Cobb opted out of the floating homestead exemption, which is Bill HB 581. But the new Home Act, SB 33, caps annual homestead increases at inflation starting at 2027. I know this isn't sexy, but these are things that you really, really, really need to know. Okay. Really, really need to know it. 81% of Georgia homeowners have never appealed their assessment, and 51% didn't even know they had the right to. That's half of y'all didn't know that you had the right to say, not so much, okay? Again, 80% of their data is from houses that sold near you. And in Cobb County, we have the very cool thing of scrapes. People tear down houses and build mansions all the time. And then your 3-bedroom, 2-bath is being assessed based on that. But also, their mansion's being assessed on yours. So sometimes I guess you win, maybe. The stats that they're going to look at on your specific house is how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how big is it, how old is it, do you have a basement, do you have a garage, is your yard large or small? Every yes nudges that value up, okay? They also look at any paperwork. If you have done any improvements to your home and pulled a permit, it's going to cost you. If you put an addition on and you got a permit, you're going to have added square footage and it's going to cost you. Now, I am never a proponent of doing anything that suggests not pulling a permit. Oh my word, y'all, it's going to hurt you in the future. If you try to sell your house and you've put an addition on and there's no permit, that's a problem. That's a big, big problem. And again, the way that they do this is called a mass appraisal. It means that they don't lovingly hand guess each house at a time. They feed thousands of houses into a computer model at once, like a big guessing machine. I don't know about you, but I don't need someone guessing about how I spend my money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that guess is just too high. And you need to just say, hey, take a look. Take a look. I will pull your house, the actual condition, the actual apples to apples, and catch if the computer is lazy and if it was too high. All right. We talked about what do you actually do. And yeah, we talked about what the board looks like, all the good things. We have covered everything. Okay, so for 2025, your tax bill is going to be due in payment on October 15th. It will show up on August 15th. You have 5 days from today to appeal. If you have any questions, or if you're like, Joni, I caught part of this, but it sounded important, reach out to me, 678-788-6465. And I'm very excited because Sarah Grace is coming home from Auburn today. And I think I hear her downstairs. So you be blessed. Reach out to me if you need anything in regards to real estate, buying, selling, investing, or if you just have questions. There's a lot going on right now, and some people are suffering, and that's not okay. So reach out to me. I'm always happy to help. You guys take care. Be blessed.